Well, top of the morning to you lads and lassies. Today I've assembled a whole bunch of stuff together I'm going to kind of create as I go in order to make pretties for your hair for St. Patrick's Day. So without further ado, let's get started. So most of these items are from the Dollar Tree. I did the best I can with bearing in mind the goal that I had. So I'm going to start with these headbands, actually just one, because they were from the Dollar Tree. They're obviously just $1. So they come in black and brown and this kind of whitish, kind of almost see-through one, which is the one I'm going to choose to make. So here's another thing. Now, I have a bit of arthritis in my hand, so sometimes it's really hard for me to grasp things. So I got this gizmo for Christmas. It's a bow maker and it's by Bodabra, and basically it holds stuff in place for you until you're ready to assemble all the pieces. So that's what I'm going to be using today. You absolutely do not need this. You don't have to have it, but for me it's handy. So I'm going to start by getting a piece of, if I can find a piece of, I guess I'll get some, just use this curling ribbon. That's a little tiny piece, don't need that one. So I'm gonna make it, oh, I don't know, probably about 18 inches long. And I'm gonna double that up and cut it. And for the Bodabra, you need to put it through long ways like this. I doubled it because I'm gonna make a loop and push the one end through the loop once I have everything in there. But like I said, absolutely don't need to get one of these. But if you're like me and kind of klutzy about making bows, it's probably a good investment. So next I'm going to take my hairband and I'm going to put it kind of at an angle like this. And then I've got a piece of tulle. This is 6 inches wide. I don't know if you can see that, especially up against my green shirt. So I'm going to feed, I'm going to feed that into this machine. Handy dandy. Hope everyone's well today. Hope you have fun plans for St. Patty's Day. I think is it on the 15th of March in 2018? I believe so. I'm getting moving. Very nice. And then this Bodabra has this little wand, and you take it and you squish things down to keep them more secure while you continue on. So let's see, I've got so many things to choose from. Decisions. I'm going to take this. Isn't that pretty? This unfortunately didn't come from the Dollar Tree. It came from Joann's. Of course, they have all their seasonal stuff out. But I'm going to take a little piece. Probably about 6 inches long, but you know what? I just had a thought. As I said, I'm creating as I go. Before I do that, I think I'll take the sheer white ribbon and take a piece about yay long. So I'm going to cut that off. One side has been dovetailed from a prior project, so I'm going to, you know what? I need my glasses. That's why I'm squinting. Wondering why I can't see. So I'm going to take the other end and dovetail it. And if you don't know what dovetailing is, it's just making this neat little finish. I don't know why they call it a dovetail, but they do. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it from the fold side toward the seam side. Up from the fold side to the seam side. And I did it backwards. You know, I have a touch of dyslexia, and I'm forever doing things backwards. Plus, I'm left-handed, and if you're left-handed, you know you tend to do things backwards from everybody else. So I'm going to go from the seam side, from the seam side toward the fold side, or from the fold side to the seam side. Anyway. So here you go, and I'm going to kind of fold it in the middle, sort of, and make it even on both sides, and put it in my little bow maker. And this squishy thing is going to help me keep it in place, sort of. Okay, so then I'm going to take this bow with shamrocks on it. Isn't that pretty? And I did say this is from Joann's, and leave it at about the same length, about 6 inches or so. Oops, I brought that up. And cut it, and then I'm going to dovetail those ends as well. Once again, it's for a neater finish, and I wish somebody was here to tell me, no, don't do it that way, do it this way, because inevitably I tend to get it wrong. So I'm going to go, is that right? From the full side to the seam side, that which should work. Okay, remind me how I did that. It's a little long on that side for some reason, so I'm just going to clip it off. There you go. Do the same thing on the other side, from the full side to the seam side. I am such a genius. I'm so proud of myself. Look at that. So I'm gonna fold it in the middle, kind of. Ta-da. Get it even. And let's see. I got these from Walmart. These are from Walmart. They were at $2.97, and they're 6 shamrock necklaces. And I thought at some point, I'm gonna make a bunch of these today, but at some point I could probably cut them and use them like that. But so far, I like this one is looking. I like the way this one is looking, and I think I've got these. Actually, I like these. I've got these pretty pearls on a wire, big ones and little ones that are very pretty. And I think I'm just going to put a row of that in here, just for fun. Cut that off. I got from Amazon, and I don't remember how much it was. Haven't had it that long. It was probably about 10 bucks, but this is going to last forever. So I'm happy to have that. And let me see, do I want anything else? I think that will do it for this. So once again, I'm going to squish it down. This is a very feminine looking one. And I'm going to take my 2 tails that I made in the beginning. Oh, come on. I'm going to pull up on it, and because I made a loop, and they teach you this in the videos, the manufacturers of this unit do. So you make a loop and you pull it through, and while it's still in the machine, you pull it very tight, and that's what I'm doing. And then you pull it out of the machine and turn it around and make a few knots. Now, if you didn't have this, you would have been laying this out and holding it down and keeping it together. And perhaps you could put something heavy on each piece as you are placing one on top of another. Ta-da! And I'm going to, I really should pull the tied part on the bottom. There we go. Make that a little tighter. And I think I'll do one more, and maybe I'll put a dollop of glue just for security. I'm gonna cut that real short. Whoopsie. You see what I'm doing? Okay, hope so. So got my trusty glue gun here. So pull, okay. Full dollop of glue right there to help secure it, and kind of fluff her up a little bit. So isn't that the prettiest thing? It's very feminine looking. Of course, it's not really suitable for me, but I'm going to put it in anyway. Can you see it? And how pretty it looks? So, camera's really not set up for that, but I just love it. Gotta work it down though. Maybe I'll put something in the middle I think I probably pulled it a little bit too tight, which is why it wants to stay up. But I think that's very pretty, very feminine, and very St. Patrick-y. So I am going to figure out what I'm going to do next. Be right back. Okay, then for my next attempt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the black hairband. We used the white one, now we're going to use the black one, and hope this works all together. I'm going to use that bow making machine again, the bow dabber, and I've got some embroidery thread, some black embroidery thread to tie it together. And I've got this cute little hat. It's actually made as a pick. I got this at Joann's. Came in a set like this. It was $4.99, but 50% off, so $2.50. And there's another one for whatever reason I want to use it for. So we have that, we have that. I have some of this gold ribbon. Couldn't find any at the Dollar Tree, so I got this one at Joann's. I can't remember how much it was, but anyway, there it is. So I got gold ribbon. I'm going to use some black tulle. This is about 30 inches, and some green tulle, also about 30 inches. So let's see if we can put this together. So got my embroidery thread. I'm going to pull out enough to make a loop. That should be plenty right there. If anybody wants to know, it is 12, 24, about 26 inches long. So I'm going to double that. So I have my loop here, and I'm going to put it in a bow making machine long ways and tuck the ends under so they're out of my way. So this chair keeps getting away from me. So got my black tulle, and I'm going to push that down in this wonderful bow dabber. Trying to keep the sides even. I think this one's going to go very quickly. And I'm going to squish it down with the wand that comes with it. I'm not endorsing this project necessarily, it just works for me. I like it, and so if you think this is a good deal for you, then by all means get one, of course. So now I'm doing the same thing with the green tulle. I did the black first so it could kind of be some background for the green. There. And once again, I'm going to squish it down. And then I'm going to take a few lengths of this gold ribbon. So the length of the tulle. And what I'm going to do, because this is going to shred probably, let me first get my two lengths. I want to even this end out a little bit. And another one. I'm just going to take a lighter and seal off the end of this very fragile ribbon, just very quickly so it doesn't shred. Got a little corner here that I didn't quite get. I'm going to trim that off and do it again. Yeah, gotta go real quick because otherwise it's going to melt. So that's good. I'm going to do it on the other side as well. Come on. Okay, and then this one, oopsie. See, it shreds just by touching it. It's shredded. Very fine, delicate stuff. There we go. And this side. just be careful when you do this, and if you're a young person, make sure there's an adult supervising you. Anytime you play with matches, so to speak, anytime you have fire in your hand, it could be potentially dangerous, so do be careful. So I'm going to kind of make this sort of like a crisscross. I dropped one of the ribbons down in a crisscross pattern, and I'm going to do the same in the opposite direction in a crisscross pattern like this, and squish that down. Oh boy. Well, probably a little adjusting will have to be done when I pull it out. So I think, oh, for heaven's sakes, I forgot the hairband. But that's okay, I can just tie it on when we get this ribbon off. So, got my loop end here. I'll put the unlooped end through it. Kind of hold it down, pull it tight, and take it out of the machine. So, find the middle here. And, you know, this particular hairband, the design has kind of holes in it, so I think what I'm going to do is just put it through the holes. Let's find a nice spot on this side. Maybe we'll do this side. There we go. Just thread it through like it's a big needle. No, that didn't work. I have to do it the other way. Don't you love creating as you go? Because you get to make all sorts of mistakes. And what does that prove? It proves that you're human. Okay, that's going to stay on like that. So I'm going to kind of twist it a couple of times for security. And when I get it down through the end again, I'm going to separate the two strands of thread and bring one around independently of the other. And that way I can tie some secure knots on the underside. So you know I'll answer you if you want to put any comments in, or if you have any questions, please feel free. Knot it at once, knot it twice, knot it 3 times. So that should do it. Feels nice and secure. It's falling nicely. And I'm going to clip the threads off. All right, so this is what we have so far. And so now we've got the cute little St. Patty's Day hat, which I'm going to be gluing. So I want to position my bows. I want to get them on top for one thing, on top of the hairband. And make sure I have 2 on one side and 2 on the other to kind of separate them. I want to make sure that that stays on the underneath. This tool is not easy to work with, but it's pretty, so we're going to make it work. So I'm going to kind of hold it like that, and this ribbon crisscrosses like that, so see? So I think I'm going to call that the back. So I'm going to put glue right, actually I should put it right on the hat. That's what I'll do, put it right on the hat. That way there'll be no question. as to where to put the glue on the ribbon. Front and back. Hold this down and place the hat at a cocky little angle, owie, owie, and hold that down for a few minutes. So tell me, does anybody have any big plans for St. Patrick's Day? I would like to know. I'm probably not going to do anything but stay home. But then I've turned into sort of a homebody lately. Whoops. But I like to be home. I worked out so many years, and for me it's such a pleasure to be able to stay home and do things when I want to and what I want to do. Very nice. So there's that. Isn't that the cutest little thing to wear out for St. Patty's Day? Tell me how you like it. I put it on, but I can't, maybe I'll model them afterward. So I just love that. That's very cute. Okay, I'm going to turn off the camera and think about what I want to do next. So for the next St. Patrick's Day hairband, I'm going to use another packet of hairbands from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack of 3. They look like this, and these are a little different design. I don't think it really matters that much. And I'm going to use these 3 pretty ribbons. One is 23 inches, then we have 22 inches, then we have 21 inches on the top one, and we'll assemble them in that order. And then I have this piece of grosgrain ribbon that I'm going to use to support everything and tie it all together. And then I found this pretty little button. I'm going to glue that to the center, I think. I'm going to snip it off. It's got your gold for your pot of gold. Just snip off the part that makes that you would sew the ribbon on a garment, because otherwise it would be too bulky. There we go, sort of, almost. Getting fumble fingered now. That's it. That's the way to go. Okay, so hopefully I won't lose that. So I'm going to start again by putting something to tie everything together with in this machine. And basically all I'm going to do is make 3 bows that are stacked one on top of the other. I'm going to put the hairband in, again at an angle, like that. And then I'm going to take the grosgrain ribbon, grosgrain, however you say it, and I'm going to leave a tail. That tail is about, I've got 4 inches here. I'm going to make it a little shorter. So about 3 inches for the tail. And I'm going to now make a loop with the grosgrain ribbon, about 3 inches. And make a loop on the other side, about 3 inches. And I've got another tail. So where's my squisher thingy? Take this and push it down. This tail's a bit longer, so it'll have to be trimmed. It's a little uneven. So now I've got the second piece of ribbon. It's green grosgrain. And I'm going to put it in and make the tail. And then a loop. Almost, but not quite as long as the white loop. And then another loop. And then I've got my tail, and I'm going to squish that in again. It's a little longer, but as long as I have a pair of scissors, I can trim, right? So now I have my pretty St. Patrick's Day shamrock ribbon from Joann's, and I'm going to put my tail in. And because this is one-sided ribbon, it doesn't matter really that much, but the texture of it is on the top. So I'm going to give it a twist so that this now is on the bottom and my loop will be on the top. So I'm going to make a loop slightly shorter than the green grosgrain. And again, I'm going to need to make a loop. Which way? Let's see, this way. Make my second loop. And there you go. And I've got all the tails on this side longer. But as I said, that's where scissors come in handy. So looks about right. I'm going to take the ribbon and pull it through the center of this machine. Now if you're doing this by hand, you would be stacking the ribbons one on top of each other, and I don't know how you girls do it when you don't have a machine like this. I'm so dependent on it. Maybe you put a weight on it of some sort to keep them in place, but anyway, this is how I do it. So I'm now made a tie. I'm going to tie it as tight as I can, and then I'm going to lift the whole thing out and kind of play with it. I'm going to make sure that it's lying on top of the headband. I'm going to turn it around and make another knot. Knot it from the underside. And I'll make another knot as well. In retrospect, it would have been kind of cool to use curling ribbon, and that way I could keep the curling ribbon as part of the design. And as I said, the tails are longer on this side, so I'm going to do a little surgery here. By about maybe 3/4 of an inch, and this is just me. This probably won't happen to you. There, and the white one, let's see. Yeah. About. So I need somebody sitting beside me and saying, Lizzie, you're out of the frame. Keep doing that, but hopefully I'll get better. And finally, make these two kind of even. I gotta cut it about there. And because I cut these, I'm going to sear the ends again. I just thought, wouldn't it be terrible if somebody did this and the whole thing went poof? God forbid, I shouldn't even think that. So let's see, how's that looking? These two are still a little too long. Let me just bring them up like that. So it looks like okay, and let me sear these again. Whoops, what am I doing? I'm searing it and not cutting it. And there you go, isn't that pretty? Got to cut the ties off. put a little dollop of glue under there just to reinforce it. And then, if I haven't lost the button that I cut down, button, where are you, button? Oh, that's just great. Okay, well, I gotta find the button and put it on, but anyway, dollop of glue. There you go, and that's gonna look ever so much prettier when it has the little button on top, so it has that little square of gold around it. Isn't that cute? Ta-da! Well, I hope you have enjoyed this. I'll take a picture at the end of the 3 that I have made, and happy St. Patrick's Day. And please, 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 if you're watching for the first time, please subscribe. This is a brand new channel. This is only my my 5th video that I filmed, and I intend to do this on a regular basis. So far, I've done the ones I've done in a little over a week, so I want to try to keep up that momentum. I've got a lot of different craft ideas. This was new, so I hope it wasn't boring to you. I'll probably make a few more tomorrow in the same vein, but this is plenty for, I think, one video. And as I said, please subscribe and like if you do, and share if you think this information would be helpful to your friends. And happy St. Patty's Day once again. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.